Hi guys, Taj the Arcade Junkie. So I'll say quick, we'll do an in-depth review on the Glendale Parrot, do a full review on what we've done to it, the history, and sort of everything about these vending machines. Right, so first of all then, it's called Glendale Parrot. I think I've already put a video on there of the track sounds. So the story with this one then was, this has been sat above an arcade in Chapel St Leonard's for possibly, oh god, I think he told me about 15 to 20 years. Basically, it's called a Glendale Parrot. Now, the company Glendale, as far as I know, made the Glendale chicken, which is a chicken hut, which basically spins around. 3 vendors basically: the chicken, the parrot, and also the Glendale monkey. So this is the parrot. Obviously it talks, moves its head, etc. All 3 of them obviously vend out capsules. The initial release was obviously these. So you've got the parrot, the monkey, and the chicken. I think the first one must have been the chicken. I'd say the parrot came next, followed by then the monkey. These aren't to be mistaken with the S&A vendors, which was then made after, which you've got Punch and Judy, 2 Bears. I think you've got a couple of other ones as well. There's a few different ones. But basically, Glendale, I know for a fact Glendale definitely made the chicken, the parrot, and the monkey for the simple reason they've had all 3, and they've got Glendale's mark on there. Now, it's very, very likely as well that Glendale also made the oranges and lemons, which is very, very similar. I've not had oranges and lemons. It's in the same cabinet as the Glendale chicken, so it's more than likely it's going to be a Glendale one as well. I've had oranges and lemons, which was, I think it was just an orange in the middle of the machine rather than a chicken. And there's also as well a spaceman one. It's the cabinet's again made out of plastic, durable plastic, and it's like a space rocket. Again, looks very similar to the Glendale chicken. So it's possible there's 5 altogether, 5 different machines altogether made by Glendale, made by this company back in the 80s. If it's not 5, it's definitely just the 3, but definitely the 3 that I've spoke about, they definitely made. So Glendale Parrot, this is the Glendale Parrot. Again, I will eventually grab hold of a chicken and whatever I can. Obviously, eventually we'll get hold of everything and we'll do a full video on everything. But for the time being, the Glendale Parrot. So this parrot was out in the 80s, and basically it was there was obviously, I think there was a fair few made. As a kid, again, only going back on memory, as a kid, this one, which is the green, white, and red. The green, white, and red one. This is the most commonest one. Thinking back to when I was a kid, I remember seeing this one more than ever. I also saw as well a blue and white one, which I've also had in the past. I've also had a yellow and white one in the past, and I've got a friend who's actually got it's more of a reddy and orange one. It's got a little bit of green on it, it's got more orange than red. But this was the sort of, obviously the standard, the most commonest one, the flagship coloured parrot in the Glendale Parrot. So it was obviously made, and it was made with the intention of vending small egg capsules. Now the ones that we've got in there at the moment, obviously, are these ones, which are a 50 ml by 55 ml capsule. They also do a slightly shorter one, which is obviously a perfect circle, which is a 50 ml diameter capsule. So this is a 55 ml capsule. I'm pretty sure it's 55 ml. That's the biggest they'll take. There was actually made in the 80s to vend out egg-shaped capsules, which were the similar sort of size, slightly narrow at the end because it was more like an egg-shaped. And it was on 20p. So when I got this vending machine, it obviously had a few little eggs in the bottom of it, and it was on 20p a vend, and that's what it was cited at. And again, in the 80s, with money the way it was back then, it made quite a bit of money. Now, interesting fact with this one is, the guy I bought it off had not double-checked it for emptying it, obviously not emptied it. I actually fetched the machine back, and finally, the other day, got into the cash box because I'd done everything else to the machine ready to site. I just needed the key for the cash box. I'd gone through all my keys that I'd got, and I've got a box full of 1,000 keys. Literally went through as many as I could, couldn't get it to open. So I've actually taken the cash box out and drilled the lock and put it back in. And believe it or not, the guy had not checked the cash box, and in 20p's, it took altogether £93. So it got 90. So the machine cost me £50, and I've actually made £93 back. So it stands me. It doesn't stand me anything. I made £43 to have the machine. So yeah, it left the money in the machine. So a big thing for anyone who has got a machine is before you sell anything, just make sure you took the money out, or otherwise I'll buy it off you and I'll be quids in, literally quids in. So out of all the 20p's, another interesting fact was I went through the 20p's because I'm sad, and basically the highest, the most recent 20p in there was a 2005 that I put in the other day. But apart from that one 2005 20p, the last 20p that was in there was a 1993. So it just shows you this has not been used since 1993. So whether it was cited, I'm pretty sure it was in the actual arcade. I don't think it came just to the arcade not being used. It was in the on the front of the arcade. It was what's it called? Green Hills. Green's Arcade in Chapel St Leonard's. That's where it came from. So 1993 was the last time 20p went in there, or that year, because obviously 20p would have been made that year, 1993 one. The earliest one was 82, and I believe that might be the year the 20p came out. I'm not sure, but yeah. So again, so I bought it, £50, £93 in it, so absolute bonus. When I got it, I will put some pictures on. It was absolutely, it was terrible. I didn't think it'd work, to be honest with you. Now there's two versions of this. I think this is the later version, as far as I know. There's two versions I've seen as a child. Basically, on one of the versions, the coin mech, which is here, is located down there, and the speaker is located at a different place as well. I think it's either to the side or below, and the actual prize thing there is right at the bottom. Again, I think with that release, as far as I can remember, because I have had one of those that was faulty. That was the yellow, and I think it was the yellow and no, the white and blue one. I think with that release, the difference between the two parrots, apart from that obvious thing at the front, is that basically they mounted the PCB on the bottom of the machine. Now again, really stupid thing to do. The machines aren't going to last. Obviously, the second some moisture gets in there, some wet gets in there. Bear in mind, these are outside newsagents. Obviously, mainly all the arcades as well, sort of at the seaside, Skegness. I can remember them being at more than anything. But the machines themselves, obviously, the second they get some water in, it all gathers, all goes through the machine, goes to the bottom of the machine, rusts the board to bits, rots the board. I've had 2 or 3 parrots on a whim, bought them, and the boards have been absolutely knackered. I think I've had probably two in total. The rest of them have been okay. Again, I've managed to get the boards working as far as sound, but not, the actual motors and the transformer inside it was damaged. So I never got the parrots fully working. I've had a couple that have been fully working as well. This is probably my 5th or 6th parrot, to be fair, that I've had. But this one is being kept. So yeah, so there's 2 different versions. This one, luckily, was the right version, and the PCB has been mounted on the inside, obviously, of the cabinet, but on the actual side of the cabinet, as you can see there. So when I got the machine, looking at the PCB, it is absolutely immaculate. It looks like sort of brand new. It's never had any moisture on there, anything like that. So this is definitely, I'd say, looking at this, it's initially, oh no, saying that because it wasn't in a bad state when I got it. The PCB board's amazing, but I'd say overall, the machine has probably been outside in the elements quite a lot, because when I bought the machine, it was, I'll put some pictures on. All of this around the side was rust, entirely rusted. The whole cage was rusty. The plastic dome was smashed. Luckily, the parrot was okay, because the good thing about these parrots is obviously they have the plastic dome inside to protect the parrot and protect the stock from being touched. Obviously now you can touch it. Everything, there was not a spot of paint on there. Everything that was metal, that was painted, was rusty. The coin mech was rusty. It was in a state. So this is what we've done. So first of all, obviously we've stripped it all down. We've taken the plastic dome out. The plastic dome, again, it keeps the parrot's age. It makes the parrot look really scruffy as well, because basically the plastic dome, it's a perspex dome that goes all the way inside of here. fits perfect, but the problem obviously is it just gets scratched. If it's cracked or smashed, obviously you can't sight it, it's dangerous. So we took all the poles out, the parrot out, everything out, took the metal cage off. The cage has been rubbed down. We didn't blast it, we rubbed it all down. Also, I did give it a bit of blast as well, but we rubbed it all down, and it's been resprayed a really nice, heavy-duty, direct-to-rust chrome paint. So that's all been repainted. Obviously, yeah, dome was smashed and chucked away. Again, you can't do anything with it. If it's cracked and smashed, it's no good anyway. But even if it's not cracked and smashed, the scratches over the years, the damage it's had, being banged about and scratched, and just the sun fade, and it just obviously it discolours the perspex. It looks terrible. So that's all been smashed away and gone. We've remounted the perches using arcade cash box clips, which have worked really well, and it's really steady, really sturdy. Parrot's been taken out and he's been dry cleaned, and he's been hair dried, and also the beak motor hand had been taken off. So we've refitted that, so that's all working now. So again, on the initial video that showed you, the beak wasn't working. It's now 100%, everything's working. This parrot is absolutely 100% working. It's immaculate, it's beautiful. So all the metal rubbed down as well. Repainted it black, a nice matte black. I've not gone for shiny, I've gone for matte, so I can keep, so because this is going to sight, I can keep touching it up over time and keep it looking really nice. Locks have been replaced. Now, unfortunately, the cage has 4 bolts going into the metal and then nutted and bolted on. Obviously the rust was that bad, we've had to chop them off. So it's been redone. I think the front 2 are still okay. It's been redone with industrial, I think it's a 1.5 ton test, industrial tie wraps, 2 in each position. But I've also made an extra couple of holes all the way around to basically give it, because obviously it's been sighted, it's been wheeled in and out of a shop every day in a shelter, so it's not going to get wet, but I want it to be right. So it's had industrial tie wraps all the way around it, so it's really steady now. The cage can't come off the actual base, basically. It's all on. What I've had to do as well is, it has a hinge under here that again was absolutely knackered, rusted to bits. It's been